Hey everyone. I already did Dark Visions, as you can see. I did this Saturday, Sunday, something around that. I took damage. I thought to myself, oh well, who cares? I thought I pressed the record button, but I didn't. So here we are doing this again. I'll show the team and the gearing after I defeat the boss. So let's just dive right in. I will speed through all of this and explain what I'm doing. So Xon starts off with 10,000 needles, Seth, Tifa and Lara LB on the first turn. Aerith in that very order is going to Ferega and Reflect. You don't want to press Reflect first or else the boss is going to have a field day against fire for the next 5 turns. And Jeez Louise is going to just have us absorb fire and Ionic Fire Blaster. It's mainly for Tifa and Sephiroth because both of them are not immune to fire damage on their Brave Shift or in their Brave Shift. It just doesn't fit. I mean, I could make it fit, but that mean less damage on both of them. Alright, so Xon has his LB ready, so let's get 2 stacks of Mirage. Louise is going to Brave Shift and Limit as well. We'll get to that in a second. Both Tifa and Seth will shift back to base and Rallying Cry. Let's check the crystal drops first, bad as per usual. Let's have Louise LB. Lara goes back to base. If you have double attack on her from abilities or so, you can use just a standard attack. Her auto attack nets her 30 LB crystals. I'm just gonna use Hot Shot. It does the same. We don't deal that much damage anyway. And let's have Aerith wish to save the planet, which is just whatever, but we want Protectka on the boss, so we're gonna bounce that off onto the boss and we'll be safe. Okay, so Lara's LB is full again. We're good for the time being. Any? So Lara Brave shifts and limits once more. Her LB is now fully stacked. Xon also limits. Off we go. Aerith is going to limit as well for the 400% stat buff. Finally. Louise is going to shift back and just Ionic 4 times. She really doesn't have much to do, but she does want that second LB at some point. It's going to be next turn. And that's why Tifa and Sephiroth will use Rallying Cry once more, and the rest is filled up by passive stuff from Louise, which is rather nice. Right, the Imperial turn. This turn is the only turn where the strat... It's not the only turn, it's turn 4, 6 and 8 that may ruin the run. It did on my last attempt when I killed the boss. We'll see how it goes this time. So Xon, get out of here. Tifa is on Dispel duty. Bayora Dispelga. Now we go. Target self. And we are good. Cetra Aerith on turn 4 is just going to buff Ferega. Sephiroth is going to Rallying Cry. Yep. Louise is going to limit. I mean, I could just do it the other way around, honestly. It wouldn't matter, so whatever. And 1 hot shot for Louise. Actually, I'm just gonna do an auto attack with her. That's more than enough. Alright, let's see. Light Strike, that's okay. It is okay. Cool. Alright, Louise could have gotten hit here, but she didn't. And that's good. Alright, so this turn is our chain, 100 chain turn. So Quad Fandega, Quad Ionic Fire Blaster, triple SR on Legendary Sephiroth and Tifa. Alright, I'll do this by hand. A macro is probably easier, but my macros usually fail me these days for whatever reason, so I'll do it by hand. Let's start this off, wait for this to build. And send in the Chaos Wave Chainers, and we should be at 120 something, I believe. I don't care as long as it's more than 100, I'm fine. Okay, now Aerith is going to start singing for the remainder of the fight. And Xorn is going to double up. Element on Louise. You could technically pick any other unit, just do not pick Xorn, because he still has that light imbue and we don't want to extend the light imbue. And critical on himself, because he's the only one that has the 400% stat buff and the killer buff, etc, etc. So the only thing that we don't want is the light element, the rest is fine. Now we go. And as you can see, we extended everything but the light imbue and the light amp. Alright. Turn 5, not an issue. Turn 6 is going to be an issue because Lara has to shift for her killer buff, Queen of the Jungle. And this is the form where she's not immune to light. So if the boss hits us with light, we need to pray that she dodges. She only has 80% dodge or evasion. So yeah, let's hope for the best, honestly. Other than that, we'll have Tifa and Seth do their limits for better imperils, 125 to Dark and Water respectively. Louise is going to Fenrir, so if it's only one light attack that tries to hit us, we'll be safe. If it's two, we're gonna have to hope for 80% Mirage or evasion on Lara to work. So let's do this, let's do that. And Xorn is just going to critical mirror on Lara. Let's wait for this to finish. Yeah. There we go. Please don't do 2 light attacks and we'll be fine. That's number 1. That's number 2, but we dodged it. It's good. But no, it's fine. Turn 7 is another light attack, but Lara is going to switch back to base. So that's fine. I don't care about this because in base form... That's the wrong character. Well, we're probably not going to be fine. We'll see. I think we're gonna wipe. Turn 7. Stealth. We're gonna Dispel again. Dual cast. Bayora Dispelga. There we go. No, she should be fine. 75%. Yeah, what am I talking about? And Sephiroth is using Calamity Border. So everyone is safe here. Back to base with Louise. And Lara is going to just triple hotshot to fully stack her LB. Or fully fill her LB. So everyone is at 100 or more, right? Well, Louise isn't, but she'll be fine. Okay. And Louise can just Ionic, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Let's hope Louise does not get hit. Miss. Good. It missed again. That is excellent. 80% Mirage or Evasion. Worked out well. But sadly, we're not done yet. We're not done yet. Let me think. Yeah, I need to spread now with Xorn, which is unfortunate. Anyway, Lara goes to the Brave Shift and uses her break on turn 8. It's the last turn where things might be bad. Firestarter, Incapacitate, Heavy Firepower, and Ionic. Tifa and Seth prepare. No, they don't. They both Rallying Cry. It's turn 8, we're killing on turn 10. Alright, so let's do Lara first. 90% breaks. Let's have Luis follow this one up. Let's do these two. And now Xorn should be able to project safely. Yep, so we'll have him also extend the buffs. First, so Elemental Mirror on self, Critical Mirror on self, and then project all of it. Cause the light imbue by now is gone. So let's do that. All extended, all shared. Let's go. Looks like a fire attack to me. That is awesome. We're gonna get another fire attack, so we are good. Hopefully. Famous last words. Okay, so turn 9. Both Seth and Tifa get ready. Lara goes back to the base and hits with Hot Shot. Yeah, she's gonna deal a little bit of damage, but it's fine. We're not gonna push a threshold with this. And Louise is going to give us a single stack of Disarming Ionic, or on the boss for the Gun Imperil. And Mastermind Xorn has nothing to do on this turn, which is why I'm just gonna do his Limit Burst. That way, there's nothing that can go wrong. We'll have 2 stacks of Mirage and all is going to be fine. Even if the boss were to suddenly do 2 light attacks, AoE, etc, etc. So we are fine, and it's kill turn time. So let's hope I do get a higher score. 5 billion would be great. I should be able to do 5 billion. We'll see about that. So Tifa, Seth, Lara, Louise, and Aerith will all limit burst in their brave shifts. So a lot of shifting going on. And Mastermind Xorn actually does nothing. So, yeah. Always make sure to have Aerith go in first. Let's go. Send in her too. 340 million on Louise, so that worked out well. Let's check out the damage. If it's 5 billion, I'll be happy. If it's 4.8 or something, I'll be happy too. It's less than I did before, 300 million less, but I don't care, honestly. It's fine with me. Too bad Variance wasn't with me today. Let's check out the report. Yeah, Lara. I mean, my Lara, you will see it in a second or in a minute. My Lara is sadly not 6x cap. She could have done more, but I'm missing a 3rd copy of Lightning's STMR. Tifa did well. My Sephiroth is well within Variance, I would say. It's probably below average. He should be at around 1.7 to 1.8 billion. So not the best Variance roll, honestly. Other than that, Aerith is fine. Louise is fine, I guess. Or is she? I feel like that Tifa, Seth, and Lara all dealt way below average damage, but I don't, honestly, don't care. The saddest part is, even though I have 0 damage received, I have a lower score than before. But here we are, I don't really care. As you can see, I had a little bit more. I had 4.7 billion on my first attempt, but it's fine by me. So the gear. Everyone is at 70 light, at least. It has some, not light, fire, sorry. So Xorn is passive provoke, evasion. Pretty much everyone should be full evasion, but some don't work out, as you will see. And that is all there is to it. And he has a lot of LB fill rate boost and LB fill per turn, as you can see. Lara is wearing Thunder Shield for quad Chaos Wave. She is full evasion in base and some LB fill per turn, as you can see, which is nice to have, but honestly, we don't really need it. She also has 70% fire and light resistance, such that when Sephiroth does Calamity Border, she is still immune to the damage, and that's fine. The Brave Shift, on the other hand, it's a little bit more tricky, 20% fire, so that she doesn't get hit by anything. and a lot more evasion. She's also not at 400 attack. It's just things don't work out well if you have to cap human killer and try to make resistances work with an on top layer of stupid, what's it called, fire resistance. But we got news that Idleworld is returning on Thursday, so I will definitely go for best in case modified shotgun modifiers, so the rare and 2 more attack perks. And I will probably redo this boss. Same team, same strat, nothing's gonna change. It's just going to be more damage. And yeah, that's about it. Alright, she's using obviously using her own mission part too. And these are the abilities. So she's at 300, 300, and all good. Next up, Louise, base form, LB fill gear, LB fill rate, nothing too surprising, 100% evasion too. These are the abilities. She's using her own vision card. And the Brave Shift, full damage. She's at 300 human, 300 LB. And here's the kicker, she only has 80% physical evasion, which is why I was praying on turn 4 that she'd not get hit, but she didn't, which is good. And these are the abilities. And yeah, you saw the vision card. Next up, Aerith. Aerith does not wear any weapons or whatsoever. In base form, it's not really needed. All she needs is resistances, as you can see. And yeah, she has Sedane's STMR, she has dual cast. She also was my backup dispel bot, but I didn't end up needing it. And she's using her own vision card. If you don't have her own vision card, it is obviously a damage boost for her due to the LB damage. You can use any other LB material vision card or use Saul's vision card. It's fine, honestly. Here's the Brave Shift. Wearing Cacteria's stuff for because we're using Tifa, and Tifa does the Fist Imperil, so that's cool. Other than that, the usual, I'd say. And she's at 300 human, 200 LB. And yeah, looking good. And next up is Tifa. As you've seen, she's on Dispel duty, so she's got Judgment Staff with Equip Staff, Dual Cast, a lot of resistances. She's got more than 100 to both, so she's always gonna be fine. And that's why she does not need resistances. Passive evasion, sorry. Brave Shift. It's why I had Louise use Fire Form on turn 1. For the Fire Absorb, because she has no resistances whatsoever. She's built for True Double Hand, and I should probably also account for True Double Hand in my own spreadsheet going forward, because it's always going to be possible to build her for True Double Hand with the Crown and Indestructible Light, Master of Fate. It's hard to pull off, as you can see. You're gonna need a lot of STMRs, and especially a time-limited STMR from Riku. And also Legendary Moogle Hero Plus is also kind of required to make this work. And you need the correct killer type. It really doesn't work for all. And I'm also missing 3% attack, but that's fine. So she's at 300 human. She's naturally good against humans. That's the only reason this works in this case. If it were for any other type other than even Machina would be probably hard. Yeah, you're gonna have troubles doing this or pulling this off. And the damage is probably not gonna be the best one either. But it worked out for this, so it's all good. And lastly, Sephiroth, he's our second provoker, passive provoker in evasion unit, when Xorn goes into hiding on turn 4 and 7. Yeah, this is the gear. Calamity Border, own vision card. He's at 100 evasion and has light, naturally immune, and fire from buffs. Brave Shift, the usual, nothing too surprising. Lots of attack and stuff, and yet he dealt less damage than Tifa. So he's got 300 human, 300 LB, all good. But at the end of the day, with Tifa and Sephiroth being true double hand, it all comes down to variance. And that was the team. I hope this was helpful. Again, you don't need to use Hotshot on Lara if you don't want to accidentally push a threshold. You can use her standard attack, which fills 30 LB crystals. It's a lot less damage. And if you can make her attack twice, Aurora Scarf or Yeti Combat Style are the 2 items you can use. It works out as well too. And if you are missing a unit such as Lara, well, you're gonna have a bad time, right? Because Lara is kind of detrimental to this due to her 90% defense break and a 200% a human killer. If you don't have Lara, I'd suggest probably using Extant Cleoma, and you can then move out or remove Xorn because he has no purpose in this case anymore if you have a 150 LB human killer buff for the party. And if you were to use Extant Cleom, you could use Yigni, for example, who would also deal probably a lot of damage if he chains with Louise. And I would suggest that using Louise plus Yigni is probably going to end up doing more damage than Louise on her own, because she only dealt 300 million. But that's it. Thank you all for watching. Hope this was helpful nonetheless, and best of luck to your attempts. Bye bye.